somebody asked how you would do the a wreath on the 10-inch wreath rail base, so that's what we're going to do today. This was my practice one, and you see this is what the back looks like. Nothing special, right? And this is what the front looks like. So cute. If you need something that doesn't take a lot of supplies and you want to make a big impact and you need a little piece, not a big bougie wreath, this is perfect. Okay, so I'm going to hang this up and get started. This was a lot of fun to make. So this is a high, it's the same one here. I'm just going to recreate this project. This is 8 inches. Now I'm going to start with attaching the pipe cleaners on this. I have the pipe cleaners down here. Let me just pull that up. So that way the glue has a chance to sit before we start making our thing, okay? This is my staple gun. I have smaller hands and this fits perfect. We got it on Amazon. They sell them at the hardware store. I don't know what staples, it tells you what to use on the bottom here, but I don't know which ones are in here. So whatever one's supposed to be in there. Richard would know, I don't. But this is the staple gun I'm using. It's super cute. We used to use, Richard has a big silver one. I'm sure you guys have seen it. I could not put enough force behind it, or get my hand, I'd have to hold it like this. So Richard got me this small one. So that's the one I'm going to use. And to attach this, what I did was I took the high and I set it where I wanted it to be, and then decided where I'm going to put the ties at. So right here on the top is where it would be closest to the rail, and then over here on, let me see, where is it? Down here, and then down here on the eye. So I did up here on the H and down here on the I. Now this one is sitting a little bit lower, but I said whatever, I'm just gonna leave it. You just have to position it where you want it to hang. So even if you wanted to do right here on the bottom of the H, just figure out where you're gonna put your ties and how close it is to the actual rail that you can attach it. Richard says 1/4-inch staples. So if you guys don't know, I'm Carrie Gustafson. Richard is my husband. He's the other half of this. Nancy is also here, but she's not here. She's not in today. She's on vacation. Super funny. Oh, Mom's saying post the number. So it's 702-605-6338. That is the text number. And up here, you guys can't see. Oh, darn, look, barely at the top. I'm gonna have to move these down. I am putting everybody's name, so you can say that your name is on the wall at Hot Mesh Mom. These are all the winners that we picked so far. Wow, it's really, so we have Katie, Sally, Pat, and Jessica. And then when I pick this winner, then we'll put your name up on the board too, okay? So we're doing that because June is Customer Appreciation Month. So let's get started with this. I'm going to do it on the top of the H and the bottom of the I. Okay, so what I did was, you can fold your pipe cleaner in half, and when you do if you've never used a staple gun before, you want to make sure that you have this part where the staple comes out over the pipe cleaner. Make sure this is in the middle. This staple gun has a line right down the middle. On the other one I used to use, it had a line as well to tell you where the middle is. So when you put your pipe cleaner, you're gonna make sure it's lined up on that line. If you off center it, you're gonna miss the mark. So I'm just gonna use this right here, and I'm pushing down, and it got super flat and it did not come through. You're gonna have to make sure, I cannot guarantee operator usage on your end, okay? Just make sure you could do that, or you can do cable tie mounts to attach this. Now this high is pretty thin on the lettering here. Some of the bigger sizes do have thicker like spacing, I guess. I don't know. Okay, do the other one the same way. Make sure it's in the middle. Okay. So both of them are attached. And now what I did was I took my DAP, which I have to pound it to get it down because I lay it on its side so it's easier to come out. And I'm just putting this right over the, oh, it's like barely coming out, right over the staple and the pipe cleaner. Now, I love DAP because it takes 30 seconds to set and 30 minutes to cure. So it works really fast. Oh, you guys, I'm gonna have to open the new one. Thank you for the stars. We do sell words. So both, this is the 10-inch and this is the high. We actually have 3 different fonts to use for the high when you go to the listing. Come on. I guess I'm gonna go try the other one. I don't want to use Loctite because it's it doesn't take as fast, or it takes longer than this. So just gonna go by over the staples here. I do have the glue gun on, so I can do that. Now, right now, I can tell you Las Vegas is having excessive heat. I would not trust hot glue by itself. Okay? Even if you're doing cable tie mounts, I would do some type of super glue. I like DAP, and then hot glue. So I'm gonna leave that, and then we'll come back and put the hot glue on. Okay, so 10-inch ring, what I did was go this crossbar right here, every crossbar gets a pipe cleaner, so 8 on here. And you can see we got a different color. I don't know why it's different. We couldn't figure it out. But it's getting covered, so it really doesn't matter. So I need 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's no bow on this, so that's all we need. So you're gonna need 10, 2 for the high, or if you wanted to tie like a jute, oops, I just touched that. That was dumb. Jute string on here somehow and attach it that way. If you don't like doing the glue, you can do that. Yay, Stacy, thank you, Rita. Pick me, you guys are so fun. Hi, Betty, thank you. I love new people. It gives you guys, if you're crafty, this gives you some ideas. You fill my love bucket when you are inspired to do your own thing. I just show you kind of like how I would do it, and then you guys really just take it from there. We have a free group, a free sharing group, and there's some amazing pieces, or amazing people in there sharing their pieces, and I love seeing that. So put your pipe cleaner on. I just fold it in half, coming from the back to the front, right here on the bar, and I pull it tight. You don't want your pipe cleaner moving around. These are pretty secure. Twist it off a couple times. So fold it in half, come up from the back on this little crossbar here, flip it around, tighten it. So when we cut the mesh, I am using 10-inch mesh. I am also using burlap because this is more like a fall piece, so I thought orange in the burlap, perfect. My inspiration was this sunflower ribbon here, which is the orange, the brown. It has a little bit of green and yellow in it. So this is what it looks like. Kind of like a creature. Okay, so what I did too is I moved the pipe cleaners out like this, just to give me some room to work on. Let me move that before it gets glue everywhere. Hi, Jen. Hi, Sherry. Okay, I need to take a drink. Like 10 minutes before we went live, or before I went live, helicopters, the big Air Force helicopters flew over right here by my window. It was so cool. Okay, so I cut the 10-inch mesh at 10 inches. Let's see if we can get 2 more cuts out of this roll. I did open a new roll too. Yep, I can do it. Okay, so line it up on the board. Here's 10. Hold it, and here's that. So I only need 6 more cuts. So mesh at 10 inches, and then the burlap I cut at 6 inches. And I need 8 of those as well. So there's 4, 5, 6. And next week, Richard's working on making sure we have the listing in the store. Next week is going to be like a DIY sign week. So we sell the cutouts, and I'm going to show you, we have vinyl cutters. I also have a vinyl printer, but I'm going to show you how to make your own sign. That way you can kind of, you know, maximize your budget. How's that? Okay, so take your mesh, and you see the curly side. I'm going to lay it down, and I'm going to ruffle on the cut side. So cut side to cut side, just go. I didn't even make sure it was like even or anything, just put it there. Now when I did this part, because I wanted a good coverage on the board, I did every other one. So I'm starting out and the mesh is going this way. And then I'm going to skip one and put it this way. Skip, do that. Then when I come back and fill in the other one, I'm going to put the mesh sideways. So it fills out pretty evenly and you don't have any like big gaps in here. Because this is value mesh foil, it has, or value deco mesh. Hello. It has no foil in it, so it's super see-through. But you can see how nice it filled out, and we don't have to worry about that. Hi, Mary. Hi, Deborah. Warm upstate New York. I'm sure. I think you guys have humidity up there. I've never been to New York. We're just like on the sun down here. It's hot with no humidity, so it's absolutely gross out. But I will take 0 humidity any day. Okay, we're like at 5%. Seriously, nothing. Okay, so do the same thing. I'm ruffling on the cut edge. Now this time I'm gonna go, let me move these pipe cleaners. I'm gonna go sideways in here. So the up and down mesh is gonna cover the base that way, and then the sideways is gonna cover the gap between the two. If that makes sense. I hope you can see what I'm doing. So take it. I'm gonna move this one. It's kind of like intruding here. Get up there. Let me move this. Oops, this one's coming apart. And put it to the side. And then when we put the burlap on, it's gonna fill in all the gaps. Now, one thing I noticed when I did this, we're gonna have to move the mesh out of the way and work. If you don't like that, do them in steps. A bit humid and you have a pool. Ah, yay. Hi, Deborah. Lots of Deborahs. Hi. Linda, you have high humidity in Arkansas. I can't do it. I can't do the humidity or the bugs. Although, let me tell you, when I was in Pahrump last weekend, I was sitting on the porch talking to my sister, and a big ass moth, like, literally flew at my head twice. Now, I'm not afraid of bats. We had bats when I grew up in Azusa, so those don't bother me. But it was like this big, and it was flying around. It was all white, and it like came by me twice, and I was like, oh, what was that? Thank God my husband wasn't there, because he would have been laughing at me. Too much. Okay, so I already did one. This is 6 inches. I need 7 more. I'm just laying it on the table. I know all the issues with burlap. I'm okay. If you have any issues with burlap, make sure that you cover up. Hopefully I cut these through. Yep. So there was 4, that's 5. I need 3 more. So I'm just lining this up and then cutting on the 6, the 12, and the 18. Oh, see, that one didn't get all the way through. There we go. Okay, so there's the mesh, there's the burlap. The same thing here on the cut edge. I'm just gonna ruffle it. So lay it down and ruffle down the middle. So you get this little piece right here, and that's gonna go in every single one. This burlap I did sideways. So when I put it in, it looks like a bow tie, kind of like this. Now look, it's a hot mess, but we're gonna cover it up. It's gonna be fine, I promise. But see how it's to the side right here? So all of them are gonna look like that. So just scrunch your burlap and lay it right down in there. I did go back and move some of the mesh around and make sure the burlap is laying on the mesh, because the way the mesh is positioned. So you might have to do that. This will start making me sneeze. So this burlap, I got this big roll. They were at Walmart. I want to say it was like, I don't know, $5, $4.47, $3.47, something like that. You know how Walmart has their funky numbers? It's in the craft section, and you get that big roll. I don't remember how long it is, but it's 5.5 inches. So I know that I tried to get 6-inch burlap before, and I couldn't find any. So hi Joan, hi Aunt Shelley, hi Holly. Ooh, I know, I love using burlap, especially for like anything with the sunflowers that we do, and for fall. Burlap just tells me it's fall, so I really like putting a little piece in there. Also, here's another alternative. If you guys, instead of using tubing, you can use some jute string. I know there's some like thicker pieces. Also, look at, you know, the dollar store has some like rope jute string rolls. You can use that instead of tubing, especially like I like to use it for scarecrow stuff, anything for fall, because it just adds that like rustic piece to it. And I think it goes. So this is what it looks like. And this one is kind of curly, so we want it to lay flat. So that's what it's looking like. And then this is what the back looks like. And you can see some pieces need to be moved, but you can adjust it as you go. I like the mesh with the ruffle to the back, so you can fix it. And then this is how thick it is. So now let's do the ribbon. I did cut the ribbon at 8 inches because it's a smaller piece here. I just think it works. You don't have to go too big if you're looking for something, you know, a little bit smaller like this. So I used a 2.5 inch and a 1.5 inch and 8 inches. So I have my tailboard. If you don't have one of the 8-inch tailboards, this is a 6/8. This one has the handle on it. These are in our shop. The handle is good if you have any hand issues or concerns, you can grip it like this, and you're just folding it, or wrapping it around. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it has a nice smooth finish on it. It won't pull or rip your ribbon. Okay, so cut those. Let me move this to the side. Our guy is probably, oops, I still need this. Our guy is probably dry by now. Oh, yay, Stella. Yay, Wanda. Oh, a screen door, yes. Oh, Joyce, there you go, 447. I knew it was somewhere around there. I couldn't remember. It was like an odd number. But you get that big piece, and you see how many I used. I've used this, I think, 3 times now. This is the one I used last time. So before this and that, and I still have a big giant roll. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I like the way that this 2.5 inch and 1.5 inch work together, because I didn't even separate the ribbon on here. I just let the 1.5 inch lay right on top of the 2.5 inch, and it worked out. Okay, so dovetail, line up your ends. So the 6 inch on this could be used for door hangers. If you do little door hanger bows, that's a good, piece to use, or a good size, whatever. Yay, Holly! I always forget to use it for that. I'm always grabbing something else. Okay, so there's all the brown. Let's do this now. So if you joined late, next week, I don't have a schedule yet. The time will still be at 2 p.m. Pacific, but next week we're going to be doing some DIY signs with cutouts. So if you like to do your own stuff, or you have a vinyl cutter, or you like to paint and use stencils, we're going to be doing some fun projects next week, and I'm going to show you how to do that, how I would do that. Okay, let me get all this off the table. When you're using that burlap, it creates all these little fibers everywhere. Okay, don't need that anymore. I don't need that. Don't need that. Now, let me tell you, I was throwing away all my little pipe cleaners that I cut. Now I'm saving them, because we're going to be using them for something. Okay, so now what I do is, you're going to take your glue gun and just add a little dollop of glue, and then I wrap this around just so it creates that tight bond right there, and I'm just going right over the staple and the pipe cleaner. Oops. Okay, so now we're gonna let that rest. You know, it'll dry pretty quick. Oh, we still need tubing too. Okay, I'm just gonna do it this way. Take your 2.5 inch, your 1.5 inch, you're gonna lay it like this in the middle, fold it in half, crease it, and right on that crease, you're gonna scrunch it up and make your little piece like this. This is gonna go right in your tie. Now, when I did this one, every other one is laying, so on top, on the bottom, on top, on the bottom. So I'm going to continue with that. I should have started on the other one. So just scrunch it up. This one needs to be on the bottom. Kind of like going with the way that the mesh and the burlap were. So this is on top. There we go. There. And then we have a straggler. Cut that off. There's another one. Cut that off. Okay, let me get a couple more done and I'll hold it up and show you. Denise, I usually go live a few times a week, and always at the same time, 2 p.m. Pacific, which is 3 Mountain, 4 Central, 5 Eastern. If you're on my text line, I send a message that I'm going live. Tuesday, I'm not sure about Tuesday. My father-in-law has a doctor's appointment that I'm going to go with him to, and I don't know how long we're going to be there, so it might be a while. We'll see. Okay, this one goes under. So this is what it's looking like. So you see how this one's under and this one's on top? You can even move them, make them more of a V if you wanted to, but we still have to add tubing onto it too. So also, send me a text today to make sure that you, I see your name, to pick a winner. Thank you, Stacy. Veronica, I actually have a silhouette. I'm totally a silhouette person. But my mother-in-law had a Cricut that we gave her, so I'm gonna have to learn how to use that. Kool-Aid, our girl here, Kool-Aid, our helper, our shop assistant. What do we say? I don't know. She knows how to do a Cricut, so she might be doing some of that stuff for me too. So funny. Nancy wants to learn, so I'm sure we'll be doing some stuff. I placed some orders today for some supplies for the new projects we're going to be making. Oh my gosh, you guys. So next week is going to be super fun for the girls and me. Once we get our club done and out, we're going to start working on that kind of stuff. Oh my gosh. I am so excited. I know that when I first got my silhouette, I had the little portrait one, which is like the 12-inch one. I was so intimidated by it, and now I absolutely love my silhouette. I don't have the latest one, I just have the Cameo. So I know the newest one is pretty, I think it's pretty amazing. But I'm OG, I have my old one. Okay, so this is what it's looking like. Hold on, let me see. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay, now look at how this is coming together. Now this would be really cute if you wanted to add some sunflowers in there, if you didn't want to put the high. These 10-inch bases are only $3. And look at how sturdy they are. They're super flat. You could really like press this down if you wanted to make it a flat project for the screen doors, the storm doors, the security doors. That would be amazing. Let me fix this guy. My glue gun was almost there. Okay, so now tubing. So tubing is at 12 inches. What I like to do, if you've never seen me do this before, I like to get both the ends at the same time and cut that way. So I'm gonna line this up. Don't stretch it because it is stretchy. If you stretch it, your piece is gonna be shorter than what you want it to be. So I'm just holding the tip or the ends, and right here is where I want to cut it. So I'm folding it over and I cut. Hold all the pieces together and make sure there's no like stretchiness. Hold all the pieces together. And then I just do, I'm like guesstimating. There's 4 pieces, right? So let's do that again. Right here's the 12. Hold them all together. And then the other 12. So there. Okay, so 12 inches, you're just gonna take this, fold it over like this. Let me see, fold it over like this. Look, I'm wearing a black shirt. Can barely see it, and then bring this together. You're making like a little bow tie, and that's just going to go right in on top of the ribbon. Twist it off a few times. I am clipping it off, leaving just like a little tiny nub and folding the nub to the back. Don't fold the tubing, just fold it to the back, and the tubing's gonna rest right on top of the ribbon. So bring it together, this goes right in your tie. I'm lining it up so it's gonna be in a nice little circle. Twist it off a few times, clip it, and fold this to the back. And this is what it's gonna look like. Where is it? Down here. Now it's pretty dark in here, but you can kind of see the shimmer on it. You could also do, I haven't been able to find orange tubing, but you can also use yellow or gold tubing on this if you wanted to. There is a little bit of green in the, green and like a maroon color in the ribbon. You could use those colors too if you wanted to break up the orange and brown. Or if you don't have tubing, use the jute string. Those rolls come from Walmart too, in the same section. Pam, it's not a pancake. We just put I didn't, overlap any of the pieces. They're just laying there. You could do a pancake and make it super thin if you wanted to. I think if you did pancake and used maybe mesh with a foil in it, you might get away with only doing 6 ties on there. You would have to space it, eyeball it, and space it out because this has 8 little bars on it, and that's what I put the pipe cleaners on. You might be able to do it with just 6. Now this would totally be cute if you wanted to add some flowers. I wanted to keep it like a low cost just to show you what you could do with it. You could probably kick out quite a few. You'd have to do the numbers on, the roll of mesh, the ribbon. You'd have to do the numbers to see what you could get out of a full mesh ribbon and tubing and all that and burlap. You could probably do this as a project, or if you're into doing wreath classes, this would be super cute to do. Okay, one more. Just because it's low materials, something small and cute, could be a cute gift to make for somebody. And yeah. Okay, so this is what it's looking like. Let me move this down a little bit. I want these more like a V. So let me move these. Just gonna fix some of these. I don't want them going to the side. I want them more like a V coming out. Okay, I think that looks okay. So this is what it's looking like. Now you can really see the tubing on there. This would also be cute if you did like a flower center, anything like that. This is pretty dry. Yep, it's kind of like cloudy, so you know it's dry. And now we're just going to attach this. Take this little string off here. Get out. Okay, so this is where you want to see how you're going to hang it. So if you're not going to attach anything, you could use the opening, and that's where you would put the wreath hanger. This one here, I added a pipe cleaner, so I'm going to do that. And all I did was, take the pipe cleaner and go through the bar. So kind of like right over where the tie is, twist off the end. And now because this has the end where it's all sharp, I roll it to the back. So it's actually on the inside. So there's nothing sharp right here that's gonna scratch a door, and you can hang it like this. If you don't like the pipe cleaner, you can tie a string on it. Even you could do, I don't know, like tubing, whatever you think. Or not even have anything and just tell your customer you're gonna put the wreath hanger right through the rail and hang it that way. It's just gonna bring it up higher. So this is on the pipe cleaner here. Oh, you can barely see it. Hold on. Let me move that up a little bit. Just a little bit, hopefully. man, just a little bit. So this one's hanging. If I did this just through the wreath hanger, look at how much higher it's gonna hang. So like 5 inches, I think, 5-6 inches. Okay, anyway, so that's how I add a hanger, tie a string, use a pipe cleaner, a piece of tubing, coordinating tubing, anything like that. And now that I know where the top is, I'm just gonna lay this right here with that up top and figure out where I'm going to put my high. I really want this one centered where that one wasn't. So I think I'm gonna do it right here. So let me get this one in. I'm putting my hand to the back. I am moving the burlap only because I don't want it to look funky. If I have the high going behind the burlap, I'll be able to hide the pipe cleaner that it's connected to. So just pull it through. I'm just gonna lightly twist it once just to hold it there so it's not gonna come off. And then this one we need to figure out. So here's my top. I'm gonna go right here by this one. The same thing, push your pipe cleaner through the mesh to the rail. I have my other hand behind, like right here, feeling for that pipe cleaner to come through. Just doesn't wanna go. And then the other one, now it's right by the tie. I'm gonna have to, there we go. Pull that through. And if you like where it's at, now this is what it's gonna look like. Here's the top. This is what it's gonna look like. Oh, this is so cute. Look at that, you guys. Aww. I like where it's at. I'm just gonna twist this off. When you twist it, try to twist it by an opening, because when we clip this, we're gonna stuff it back in there. And the same thing up here. This one's kind of loosely on there. I like where it's at, so I'm just gonna twist it off. We don't want these popping off, so I twist it quite a bit. Now this is straight wood. I did not prep this. You're gonna wanna spray it if you like that gloss. I just left it alone. I really wanted you guys to see how this MDF looks. Just the straight wood, okay? So I'm just gonna lay that down. The ends here, I usually clip it towards like 2 inches. Oh, this is more like 1 inch. Take this sticky, or this end part, the pokey part, and just push it right back in there. The same thing over here. Take that pokey part and push it right back in. And then we're going to fix this up. Make sure this burlap is laying right and it's not getting crazy here. And that's it. Okay, let me move this one. Ouch. I just stunned my finger, that hurt. And then there is the piece. So now what I like to do is I like to come over and make sure it's all looking good. Fix the ribbon, and that's it. Super fast.